Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next session of From Nothing, Lorna's story. We're picking up shortly after where we left off. We left off at the first watch with Lorna and Norre, as Norre learns of her sister's most likely demise. And Lorna comforts her. That watch had no encounters during it, so
Thank
we
God.
move on to the second watch, which is Skolna and Tier.
Yeah, so Lorna is gonna try to see if she can hear any dialogue between the two of them.
Okay, you're trying to stay up and listen in to any dialogue between Tier and Skolna.
Yeah. Looking out for my friends is what I'm telling myself.
Yeah, that's what you're doing. Okay, hold on a minute. First and foremost, Lorna, I need you to roll a deception check.
Okay. 26.
Okay, that's pretty good. All right. So at the beginning of the watch, they both begin the process of staking out, sorting out where they're watching and what they're doing. And it's pretty silent. I'm going to point out, Lorna, that if you try and stay awake for the whole watch, you're going to have exhaustion the next day.
She is going to stay awake. Um, for how long is their watch?
2 hours.
If she stays awake for 1 hour, will she have exhaustion?
Uh, Not necessarily.
She's gonna listen, I mean, they might just not talk at all, but she's going to listen, and if they don't haven't really talked at all in the first hour, she'll go to sleep.
Okay. Roll me a D100.
Come on, guys. Let it out. 53.
Okay, a moment. Let me see here. Hold on. Okay. All right. One moment here. 53, you said? So,
Mhm.
okay. Let's see here. Sorry, I have to sift through my docs here. Roll me a perception check.
Okay. 22.
22. Okay.
Mhm.
Let's see here. You hear Tier, like, who is on the far side of the subtle fire that's in the middle of this dome. He just quietly says, "You're hard to read sometimes, you know that?" Skolna, who is looking out the dome, she actually rolled incredibly well on perception, so it's clear that she is very alert and is almost like
Mhm.
pacing. Helps me stay alive.
True.
And there's a pause, and then she also says, "Helps keep me from saying something stupid."
Oh.
Couldn't be that bad. Skolna just kind of shrugs. Right. Well, that's efficient. Like a good trap. And Skolna just nods. What do you know about vampires?
Good
Oh,
question.
um, well, not a lot, to be honest. I know they're pretty common, more than you might expect. I know that they often like to hide in plain sight. Um, I know they are. They like to sail a lot. There's a lot of them that like to hole up on vessels. And sometimes they have arrangements with the crews and such to, you know, feed on one, and in return, that one gets something for it. Some say it's a curse to have one on board, and others say that it's a blessing because if you have a creature of the night, then the ship is always safe, no matter the time of day. How do you feel about what I plan to do? Well, I mean, if there's one thing I know about you, it's that you don't really do anything without a good reason. And from what I've heard, the reasons for this particular escapade are remarkably important. So, I feel like it's just a thing that we have to do, and there's not really any question about it. I don't have a problem with it. How does how does the rest of the group feel about it? Skolna shrugs, still looking out into the desert and a few trees that are nearby. Lorna's on board, but I get the feeling that she would be on board if anything needed to be done, and I asked her to.
Yeah.
An Anscombe is wrapped around her finger, so I'll do anything that she tells him to. Yeah, you got that right. Not that that's a bad thing, but, you know, maybe a little, you know, whipped, as they say. Have you, do you know, well, what about Norway? I don't know. Okay, that's, you know, that's just one. What about Lilith? I haven't talked to her yet. You know, I have talked to Lilith a little bit in my free time. And if there's anyone that has some dark connections to the underworld, in this group, aside from you, no, of course, all respect given, it will be Lilith. Um, you know, that whole thing that ties her to Lorna with that evil bitch across the pond. Well, apparently that wasn't all that she was into. So
Oh.
if you you know if you need more information about dealing with vampires, I'm sure she'd be willing to share something about. Uh, I'm not really familiar with this, but I guess it's something that happened down in Noxvidania. Um, a feeding contract. Yeah, a noble vampire offers a non-vampire a lot of money if, for a amount of time, they let him feed on him. The high up ones become nobles, or they make them. I don't know the details, but all right, okay. Well, I know you and Lilith don't exactly see eye to eye, but if you get the chance, it might be worth, you know, asking just to see if she's willing to share. I mean, I know that she's afraid of you. Well, not that I blame her. Should be easier to ask than Nori. What? Just okay. I don't know what that means. I mean, I admit Nori can have a bit of a temper, but don't worry about it. Nope. Still worrying about it. You can't just say something like that and then expect it to shade away. Skolna turns and looks at Tier. I can't read her. And I don't like that. Okay. That's fair. She's remarkably well, secretive, I think. But I have had the privilege of getting to know her a little intimately. And I do know that she respects you and what you're capable of. She has talked about feeling a little bit safer knowing that your knife is on our side. So, at the least, she can be professional about it. Okay. So, just if the moment catches you, maybe. I think she would respect a one-on-one, having a conversation straight up. Because then, it means you respect her. Whether you trust her or not is up to you. But if you respect her, that's, it's a different thing. Do you trust her? I mean, aside from that time she let me sit in a hole for like hours, yeah.
With a broken leg.
Why did she do that? Well, because I hurt her feelings. I'm not a child. Okay. You're right. I mentioned we had been intimate, and you knew that. I'm a follower of Tindra, which you also knew, I can tell by your nod. part of being a follower of Tindra, and also kind of mentality that I grew up with, is romantic affections shouldn't necessarily be bound to just one person, right? It's physical intimacy doesn't need to be with just one person, so long as you are honest about how you feel with each person, with no deceptions between them. So like, while I was dating, I guess that's not the right word because it wasn't like we were going anywhere. Whilst I was intimate with Norre, I admit that I had some attractions to, and Tier like is hesitating for a moment, and Skolna says, "The half work back in Siren's Respite." Yeah,
Mhm.
so you do know. So you wanted to sleep with both of them. I mean, I wanted it to be more inclusive than that. I didn't. It sounds so depressing when you put it that way. Um, I was hoping not necessarily to sleep with them right away, but I was hoping there might be, some affections all around. Anyway, Norre felt betrayed because she didn't understand that about me, and she felt like you lied to her. Yeah, because I guess I wasn't immediately upfront about that, but I haven't really ever. It doesn't come up often, right? Like, I don't know. Anyway, I really hurt her feelings, and so she was very bitter and upset with me, and I can't really blame her. I just feel bad about it. And I know that she is still, she might not admit it, but she still harbors some resentment about it. So I just kind of try and keep my distance. But that doesn't mean that she's not a good person. It just, you know, I I fucked that up because I wasn't upfront about it in the first place. I know that you're polyamorous. Well, yeah, but that's because you're always looking at everyone. Solna doesn't say anything, but Tyr just kind of rolls on and he says, "Sorry, that was a bit more accusatory than I meant it to be. Um, I just mean nothing really seems to slip by you. You said what you meant. You don't have to cuddle me. You're right. There are definitely some people that I definitely have to try and gentlify, soften the blow with. But you're not one of them, are you?"
Lorna tries not to take that personally.
Skolna shakes her head. No. It occurs to me you sometimes strike me as remarkably wise, despite how old are you, Skolna? Skolna like turns and looks back out the dome once more, uh, flicking the blade between her fingertips, and she just says, 19. No nails. You had to grow up fast, didn't you? Okay. Um, you always seem more worldly than that. Like you've seen it all and you're just dealing with this next stage of someone else's problems. Maybe I am, but I have my own big problems I'm trying to deal with. And I'm hoping this Hydra doesn't take too much of a toll on us. Because I really want to get moving fast. I understand that. But at the same time, we need to handle this Hydra carefully. It's big enough that it's causing problems quite a distance away. So, we need to be careful. We need to properly stake out its lair, see if it has any offspring or any creatures that have maybe, use it as defense. Lesser monsters that might see it safe around a Hydra's lair so long as they miss its notice. It's sort of a common thing among little monsters. You're right. I'm just impatient. You? Impatient? Yeah. What's got you in such a hurry? I just want to be done with this. I just want to be done with Carcerex so I can move on to the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what has he got on you that has you locked up? I mean, you don't have to live your life bound on vengeance and anger, right? And Skolna, holds up a hand, cut him off as she turns back around and she says, it's not about vengeance anymore. It's about closure. He needs to not be alive anymore, for everyone's sake. It's important. Okay, sure. That's also remarkably healthy, that it's not about vengeance. I'm proud of you.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
That's immense growth, especially from, I don't know if you know this, but us adventurers do not have the best reputation when it comes to personal growth and development. I've heard. So the fact that you just want to move on and, handle this because it's an important thing to do, fantastic. But that does not mean it has to slow you and your life down. It might be an important thing for you to do, but your life doesn't hinge on it, There's no rush. And I know that as soon as we finish this, we're going to head in that direction. That was Lorna's plan. And for the most part, we've been able to stick to the plans. Skolna nods. So, whatever it is that you're trying to push past this for, I say you shouldn't order your life like that. Because if you do, you're just going to be impatient for the next stage until suddenly you're too old to enjoy anything that you already have. I'll think about it. Have you seen anything out there? You've been pacing quite a bit and I haven't heard a thing. No. But it's not going to be on my watch that something sneaks up on us.
Fair point.
You have a reputation. That's fair. Did you ever find out about that Josper kid? No. Honestly, I forgot to ask while we were in Shona. Well, bandit's a bandit. Anyway. So, I genuinely believe, when you get the chance, talk to Nora yourself about this Carcerex deal. I will, probably. I asked Lorna to talk to her, but I gather there's a lot more pain going on there than we were aware of.
Mhm.
Okay. I don't really know what that means, but I will take your word for it. As for Lilith, I genuinely believe she might be the one who knows the most about vampires, so maybe give her a talking to when you get the chance. Though I think Lilith is just in this for the coin and the gear until she can get strong enough to kill the master. So maybe she'll see this as a training exercise, right?
Mhm.
Skolna gives him a wry look. Okay, maybe not. Just saying. And that seems to be the last interaction between the two, as Tier begins fletching fresh arrows and Skolna resumes pacing around the dome.
Lorna falls asleep, a little disappointed. No one confessed their love for the other, but she figures it'll happen eventually.
Okay. I rolled the D100. There is no
Woo.
important actions that happen during the long rest. So, your party awakens as the dome disappears. You can hit the long rest button.
Hooray! I'm gonna check the charges if I get all the charges back on my staff and my wand of magic missiles. Oh yeah. I only needed 4 charges back on my staff and I got 14, so it's full. Which is good because we're in for a fight soon.
Yeah, it sure seems to be that way.
Yeah,
So,
my magic missiles. I got them back too. All full up.
okay.
Hooray!
As your party is kind of like getting ready for the day, how are you getting ready for today? Aside from checking your wand, is there any spells you're switching out or anything?
I did that the previous day because Laura thought the Hydra was much closer.
Uh-huh.
So she has already sifted through her spells and she thinks that she's taken the best ones for the job. Hopefully.
Okay. Well, what are you doing to prepare for the day, or are you doing anything to prepare for the day?
She'll go over her notes about the Murkma Hydra, that it is weak to fire. Sorry, strong to fire, weak to ice. It has a poisonous breath that not only poisons, but obstructs vision if you cut off one of its heads and it lands on damp or marshy or wet ground, which will likely be in abundance in its lair or around its lair. It will grow into a new Hydra.
Yeah.
So that should be avoided. And the general advice when attacking Hydra is that you have to, ignore the heads as much as possible, although they will be doing a lot of damage, but searching for the heart hidden somewhere in the clump of all of the necks and such, and likely the fog that it produces is how you actually properly kill it. And she'll go over all of that with her party to make sure that they all understand what they need to be doing.
Hey, Skolna. I have a question. And Skolna just glances up at Anscombe. Yeah, so you know how you have a rapier that does frosty damage every time you strike with it? And Skolna nods. So, all I have is a longsword that deals fire damage. And Lilith has, well, magic weapons that can deal piercing damage, which I suspect is going to be a lot better for dealing with this thing, as it likely won't slash off its necks.
Mm-hmm.
Skolna just looks at him, like, waiting for him to get to the point. So, I was thinking maybe for this fight, I could borrow your frosty rapier. I'd understand if not. I'm just saying, we might be better off if I can stab it instead of accidentally slashing its necks off. I could tell by the way you're looking at me that you're considering this idea and not stabbing me, I hope.
Mm-hmm.
Skolna, like, you see, like, a tiny smirk, like, perk on her face. And then she draws the Frostbrand rapier from her belt and tosses it to Anscombe. Oh! Okay.
Sure, she has her blind dagger now, or her blink dagger.
Right. Okay. I don't know what I thought. And he just...
Lorna just slaps him on the back. Good job.
Thanks. Skolna just, like, tilts her head at him as he, like, looks at the rapier. And she says, "It'll be funny to watch you try to fence."
He assures me that he knows how to use it.
From the other side of the camp, Lilith says, "He does."
Oh, well, if you're backing up, then it has to be true.
She looks up bitterly at you, Lorna, and then she says, "He beat me."
Oh. I appreciate your honesty.
Yeah, well, don't get fucking used to it.
Is everybody ready? Anscombe, you have that scroll for protection against poison.
Yep, I figured I'd cast that right before we go in.
Yes, that is exactly what you should do. It's only an hour. Everybody has as much cold damage as they can potentially deal.
There's kind of
if it comes to choosing spells.
There's kind of some, like, shuffling about, and Tier basically just says, I can't really do any cold damage.
Well, as much as is possible, and if it's not possible, well, then there you go.
Yeah, I'd like to. That's just not a thing I've ever really invested any time into, or resources, or money, or education.
Okay.
You get the point. I've never bothered.
Yes.
I've never bothered. I just didn't think I'd need it.
It's fine. You do piercing damage with your arrows, so prioritize those over your swords, obviously, as we don't want to cut off any necks.
Right. That'll be... well, my swords do piercing as well. They're short swords. Well, I have a scimitar, but I just won't use that. Because that'll be bad. Especially if I miss and I hit a neck, and then we have more hydras to deal with.
Okay, so prioritize piercing, prioritize ice, cold damage,
I have
fire
cryo
damage. Fantastic.
That'll help.
Then that will keep it in place, right?
It might be too big to actually hold it, but it is a big chunk of ice damage, so...
That's true.
It's not perfect,
Great.
but it's better than, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have
I think
any...
we're as prepared as we're going to be.
Do you have any cold damage?
Me? Yes. I have ice knife. I think I have chromatic orb. Do I? Do I not have chromatic orb? Oh. Okay, well I have ice knife.
Okay.
I can do other kinds of damage. Yeah, I guess I only had ice knife. Oh no. I thought I had chromatic orb.
The funny part is I spent all this time learning how to throw a lightning arrow, and now it's not even that helpful.
I mean, it's helpful. It's not like it's resistant to lightning. It will do a regular amount of damage if you hit with it.
Oh, I thought it only was weak to cold. Is it just...
It takes extra damage from cold, but any other like if it's poison or
Gotcha.
It might be immune to poison. Let's just assume it's immune to poison.
Everyone glances at Skolna. She's like,
yeah.
Okay.
We're going to assume it's immune to poison, but like thunder, lightning, force, I'm assuming magical, piercing, slashing, bludgeoning. Avoid slashing as much as possible because obviously we don't want any accidents. I have the frostbite cantrip.
I mean, that will stack up quick if you use it often.
Uh-huh. Oh, I have Sorcerer's Burst, which I can choose the damage for it, so that's even better.
If any of you get particularly low, I will do my best to be in a position to polymorph you.
Okay.
I would consider polymorphing the Hydra, but I only have a few of them, and if I fail, that's a waste of a big spell.
It's true.
I would rather polymorph you, or one of you, into, like, a dragon.
Oh, you could do that?
Yeah.
That's right, you were a dragon for the demon fight.
Yeah.
I would love to be a dragon, Nore. Like a white dragon or
probably.
A silver one?
It would probably be a white one if we want cold.
I thought silver did cold too.
Do they? And Rain and she glances at Tier, and Tier says, yeah, they have a cold breath. Nori shrugs and says, okay, which is stronger? And Tier says, well, I don't know, don't have a bestiary on me. But I do know that white dragons are particularly stupid, so it might be better to go silver anyway.
Yeah, that.
Dragons are stupid?
They can be.
Just the white ones?
Stupider. I have Ice Storm, Lorna says suddenly in the middle of their conversation. That's from my staff.
That's huge.
That's great, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll open with that.
Might be a good idea.
How dexterous could a Hydra be? They're all big and wiggly.
Well, it is a mythical creature, so you might be surprised. But likely, it's probably not its strongest attributes, so... We just maybe don't expect it to be flat-footed, but we'll probably still be able to land some big stuff.
Yeah, maybe I'll open with that. Nore, as for the polymorph that you mentioned, if you do manage to polymorph it or decide to try, you know that if you turn it into, like, I don't know, a slug or something, and I flew up really, really high and then dropped it, the damage that it takes when it hits the ground would transfer to its Hydra form. We could potentially do a huge chunk of damage depending on how high it can get. I don't think we should bank on it, but...
If it comes to it and if we're up against the wall, I'll give it a shot. I'm not going to, lean on that, though, because...
Yes, right.
It is, as Tier said, it's a mythical creature, and in my experience... We
could wear it down and see what happens.
And, well, do any of you have a means of making it bad at wisdom saves?
Making it bad at? Wait, hold on.
Or something.
I don't know. I have Bane on me, but I have something else. I have Bestow Curse, which choose one ability score while curse the target has disadvantage on ability checks and saving throws made with that ability score.
That might be worth it if you can land that.
But I'd have to, it's a wisdom save itself, so it would have to fail the wisdom save for that.
I see. Well, it's worth a shot.
Level spell, I have to, yeah.
If you land a Bestow Curse, well, if you land a Bestow Curse, maybe I can Hypnotic Pattern it.
Is that a wisdom as well?
It is.
Okay, I will shoot for it then.
That might be the combination. If we can land a Bestow Curse to make it bad at wisdom saves, then we can start using these riskier spells.
Mm-hmm.
If I can get it stunned, well, frankly, if you can land a Bestow Curse, I'll just try to polymorph it right away.
Mm-hmm. I think that would be the one that we'd want to focus on or prioritize.
Right, but I don't have that many of those. Be aware.
Right. So let me try to land that first.
I'll save those for if you land a Bestow Curse. And otherwise, I'll make sure I have a polymorph ready to save one of you. If things get dicey. Because as soon as one of you gets low, you're going to turn into a dragon. Be ready.
Right.
And Anscombe says, well, I'm gonna gamble that I'm probably gonna be the one right in the thick of it, so
But you will be the one resistant to poison.
that's true. Maybe focus on putting it on Lilith, because I can take it. I'm gonna put it on the one that looks like they're about to fall over. Whether that's you or her or Skulna or anyone else. I don't care who it is. No one's dying.
Right. On that note, I am going to enter this fight with the Jack of Blades mask on. Because if I die, my soul will go into it and it'll give you some time to get me back up. Please try to bring me back to life. I'd appreciate it. But I can cast Gentle Repose, which I don't think the rest of you can. So if it's not me who goes down, I can Gentle Repose them and we can still have that prolonged time. But that's why I think I should be wearing it.
Do you think this is the sort of thing I should pray for?
As a new person to faith myself, maybe?
Tier looks
do you
at
think?
Lilith and says, yeah, I think you should.
Success in battle.
I mean, isn't that something Terrace is all about? Is ferocity and fighting big, scary shit?
Yeah.
And Lilith just, like, looks at him and says, not exactly, but I guess close enough. Lilith looks around in the desert and says, are we even close to this fucking place?
We're just making sure we're all on the same page, but we should head out soon if we still want to fight in daylight.
Actually, I had a question about that. Do we know if this particular Hydra is nocturnal?
I don't think can I make like a retroact? It's not a
You
retroactive.
can make a history check to what you read. See if you can remember that.
Let me just. I have the notes right here. Exhales noxious fumes and poisons land around it. Bites are poisonous. Breathes poisonous clouds that linger and reduce visibility and ability to breathe. Regenerated severed heads. If the head falls in water or damp terrain, it becomes a single-headed baby Hydra. Reduced fire damage, but vulnerable to cold. Their presence poisons. Blah blah blah. No, I didn't wrote that down. So sorry. You said what was the roll?
You can roll a history check.
I rolled pretty good. 24.
They are not nocturnal. They are active during the regular hours of the day. Their eyesight is not great at night, so they generally have a pretty circadian rhythm as far as that goes.
So she'll relay that and say, would we be better off trying to hit it when it's darker? I think Nora is the only one who doesn't have dark vision.
Nore, like, looks around and she says, I can see well in... Wow, that's Tier. Nore looks around and she says, I could probably see well enough with all the, you know, magic and such going on.
I could also give you my transmuter stone and make it give you dark vision up to 60 feet.
That would work.
I would take it off of me and I wouldn't have proficiency in con saves anymore. But if I stay further away, like not get up in its face, I might not need to worry too much about making concentration checks. But that way, if we hit it at night when its visibility, like its own ability to see is diminished.
I do think if we
better?
if we can catch it while it's asleep, that will give us, you know, a whole moment to set up and ambush the thing.
That's true. That's true. Okay. Let me change my transmuter stone to dark vision and give it to Nore.
All right. After you finish doing that, I want to scout where this lair is. And I was talking to Skulna about this last night. It might have the case where, you know, there might be seen as safety with the Hydra here. We might encounter some lesser monsters out in the area around the lair. So we really don't want them walking in on us while we're fighting the Hydra. So if we can, I'd like to scout it out, see if there are any lesser monsters in the area. You know, like maybe a manticore or like a goblin camp or something. Just relying on a Hydra to keep them safe. And then, you know, deal with them and then be ready to ambush this thing once it's gone to sleep. Because also, it's not necessarily the truth that the thing will even be in its lair all the day. So,
In fact, we would benefit if it wasn't, I think.
yeah, if we can fight this thing out of its lair, that will be huge.
So if it's awake and out of its lair, that's better than it being asleep in its lair.
100%. If we can catch it
Okay.
out of its lair, it doesn't have the advantage of all that, moist, poisonous area.
Lorna will expend a first level spell slot to change her transmuter stone to, oops, I didn't mean to roll that, to dark vision up to 60 feet, and she will remove her proficiency with constitution saving throws.
Okay, you do that. Tier goes on to say, I will say, if we catch it out of its lair, we do run the risk of running into a lesser monster while we're fighting the thing, but it's not like any of us are going to do anything particularly loud. We're not doing thunder magic and such.
Or nobody here has a firearm, so I think we'll probably be okay.
There's like a pause as the group looks at each other, and Lilith says, frankly, I'm surprised that none of us use a firearm. I mean, that's kind of a big deal where I'm from.
I agreed. They're great. Not very subtle.
No, they're not known for that. Tier says, I do want to scout the lair, see if we can find it, whether it's in there or not.
It'd be great if it wasn't, then you could scout out the lair, but...
I mean, I don't really think... Maybe Skolna could actually look in the lair, being as she is literally the most stealthy thing on this planet. But
and I could make her invisible.
That's true. Or I could always have Irvine take a look in. That might
and
be
I can make
better.
him invisible.
Well, that's true, but he could kind of just... He showed me a trick earlier yesterday. And he looks over at Irvine, and he just kind of does a little subtle, not a full whisper, like a quiet whisper whistle. And you watch as Irvine sinks into the soil and ground, and earth glides through it up to next to Tier, and then reappears.
That's really fucking cool. Well, so if there's ground, then yes, but would that work if it's swampy?
Hey, Irvine, and then he says a question in basically animal, and Irvine looks at Tier. And do you speak Primordial?
No, Lorna does not.
Okay. Hold on. In Primordial, instead of in animal speak, he responds, and Tier says, "Oh shit, he can speak Primordial. I guess I should have guessed that." And then he says it in Primordial, and he just looks back and he says, "I'm sorry, what was your question? I got excited for a moment."
Would he be able to earth glide?
Right, through swamp. He shakes his head and he's like, "Right, okay." And then he says that in Primordial, and Irvine says back something in Primordial, and Tier mouth splits wide, and he says, "If it's muddy, yes. If it's just water, no."
Okay.
But I mean, that's pretty promising, right?
It is. Mm-hmm. We're actually entering this with a bit of a plan, and I'm kind of proud of us.
I mean, we did it for that one guy we handled at the train station.
I mean, that was pretty sick.
Yeah, let's see if we can do that again.
I think when we actually think about things, we do very well.
That's what teams do, after all.
Mm-hmm. I think we're a good team.
I wouldn't be here if we weren't.
I appreciate your honesty.
It's nothing personal. I like all of you.
Get it? Oh, good. Does she mean that? Insight check.
Go ahead and roll insight on
against Nora.
Yeah. You have no idea.
Yeah, I rolled really good. I rolled a 28.
You didn't roll well enough.
Oh my god.
She rolled a 31.
Oh man. I could have rolled. If I had that natural 20, I would have hit a 31 too.
Well, sorry.
Damn.
Yep.
Okay.
She rolled an 18 for a 31.
I rolled a 17.
Yeah. She rolled higher than you are physically capable of reaching.
Brr, 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 brr,
That's why immediately I was like, you can't tell.
brr.
Sorry. Okay. As you and your group kind of develop a plan, we're going to follow Tier as he heads back up the river with a survival check. And as it's... let's see. Okay. He is making good pace. As you are walking, I'm going to require a marching order.
Okay. I'm going to assume Tier in front.
Okay. Yeah,
Then
Tier is definitely
we'll
in front.
go-
That would make sense.
Then it will go Norre. And then Lilith. And then me.
Okay.
And then Anscombe. And then Skolna.
Okay. As you're walking, I need a perception check from Tier and Skolna, so I'll roll those real quick. While you're walking, Skolna, like, gets up parallel with Anscombe,
Mhm.
and you hear from behind you, Skolna, quietly say, "Is Norre okay?"
To Anscombe or to me?
To you.
Lorna will kind of quietly say back, I think so. Hard to tell.
I heard.
How do you feel about that?
Bad.
Yeah, me too.
At least when it was my sibling, I was there and knew.
Safe to say that we all have our own shit going on, right?
Skolna nods.
Do you still want me to talk to her?
No. I'll talk to her.
I think that's a good idea.
Do you guys want me to, like, you want to switch with me?
Hey, sure, big guy.
Okay.
She'll scoot him
Yeah,
into her spot
so
and move back to Skolna.
Anscombe takes third or fourth position. You hear when Anscombe gets into fourth position behind Lilith, you just hear Lilith say, "Stop." And Anscombe's, I don't know. Then you hear Lilith mutter like, you're the worst at gossip, I swear." Like,
I didn't know Lilith wanted to gossip. Lorna would have loved to do that.
anyway, as the party keeps moving, with those perception checks, you're making your way along the river. It is the land is transitioning pretty quickly. What is mostly stretch of desert is like rapidly becoming lush, rich, delta fertile grassland. It's still hot, but it's becoming like humid, and it's not exactly
Ugh.
pleasant. Yeah, it's gross
Mosquitoes
out
out
here.
the ass, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It's literally the difference of walking for 20 minutes goes from like the road that you're walking on. It's not really a road. It's like the shoreline is there's some grass near the water's edge and then sand. Now it's like it's all dirt and the grass is getting tall, licking up at your knees and thighs. And it's not very well traveled land, at least on this approach. And there are more and more trees that are more accustomed to this hot, unpleasant weather. Like just tall reaching palm trees with thick fronds that are just giving you some semblance of shade when you reach them, which is remarkably pleasant. And then the rest of the walk is pretty miserable. Those of you with resistance to heat are grateful for it.
I think that's Lilith and Skolna.
It is literally, that's it. Lilith and Skolna is it.
Oh. Lorna keeps like a constant wave of Presty, just kind of poofing a breeze, just like she has one of those little travel fans.
Sure. Like a little humidifier fan, just every
Yep,
few
just a
moments.
puff of air,
Oh
especially
my
to get the
goodness.
bugs off.
As you're walking, yeah, like your party is clearly uncomfortable. It's hot enough that were you lower level adventurers, I'd be asking for con saves to deal with the heat, but you guys have been through some shit, so you're just dealing with it. Skolna and Lilith are obviously fine. Anscombe has like taken off the cuirass of his plate armor and is like just carrying it under one arm and just sweating.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah, he's like, he doesn't look particularly happy, but he's not complaining to anybody. He's just, coping.
Managing, yeah.
Yeah. After a moment, he realizes the Frostbrand rapier, like, emits.
Oh, that's
like
good.
it like
Just
emits
unsheath
it emits a fire resistance while you're holding it, and he realizes that he's attuned to it, so he's like,
What?
and he just like is holding this frosty rapier that's dripping ice onto the ground, and you just hear Anscombe say, "Oh, okay, that's good." And while that's happening, it is like clear the rest of the party is coping in their own way. Some more creatively than others. There is also evidence of creatures out here. As Tier predicted, with the perception checks provided, Tier and Skolna both note there is evidence of smaller creatures that are maybe hunting the territory or hiding from various larger predators, like maybe a hydra. And as you're walking, Tier says, "Eyes up. It's getting spicy out here. We might run into the hydra sooner than we were expecting."
I don't know if that's ideal or not.
I mean, if it just appears, yeah, we have a plan. Just, attack on sight with everything we have. It's also gonna be big, right? Do we know how big it is?
Huge.
Huge. Right, we'll probably fucking see the thing.
True. Should I get an aerial point of view? Do you think that would help?
Oh, that's a good idea. If you can go up, you might be able to see it before we're even close.
Sure, let me take a look. Lorna's wings will come out. She'll shoot up into the air, maybe 75 feet.
75 feet. Okay. Roll me a perception check at advantage. And at this point, we're actually changing the splash because we're out of desert now and we're into coastal.
I rolled
almost like tropics.
26 on my perception check.
26.
Thank God I for advantage.
With a 26, you fly up. And you can see this delta that stretches out ahead of your party. It's relatively flat land. There is a steady gradient that reduces, and you can see off in the distance there are tall trees and then ocean. But that's very far, like towards the horizon. Immediately ahead of you, you're looking around in the immediate area, and this grassland stretches out ahead of you 4 miles. And the grass is tall. There's a few trees here and there. There are some places where the trees get denser, especially along the rivers. As you're looking, you see that to the, your basically left, as you're out looking, you can see trees shifting as something large is shifting them around.
Large or huge?
You'd have to get closer to see.
She'll take a little peek see.
Okay, roll me stealth.
Okay. 25, another 19. Ha!
Okay, and roll me an investigation.
Okay.
What happened to the music?
Great series of rolls. 26.
26.
Yeah, I hope this keeps up for the fight.
Yeah. Okay. You see that on this grassland that is maybe like, from your estimation, 2 miles to the left of the river delta that your party is currently following, the river that's going to the ocean. To the left, you see just noticeable behind the trees the silhouette of something massive that is shifting about between the trees. It's hard to tell what it's doing. You rolled an insight, and I asked for investigation. No, hold on.
Oh, I rolled an
You did roll an
investigation.
investigation. It scrolled up on me for no reason. With a 26 investigation, awful reptilian looking.
Oh. So, huge reptile ass motherfucker.
Yeah. It's hard to tell if it's actually the Hydra, but it sure looks like it could be.
Okay, so she clocks the direction it's in. Does she
Yeah.
know where, like, if she were figuring out a trajectory, like if it was moving at, she's smart, right? At this pace, in this direction, where does she think she and her crew could head it off?
So it's not... Okay. It's not going anywhere at the moment. It's not like heading in a direction.
I see.
You-
It's just in a spot.
It looks like
rustling
it's in
around.
a thick copse of trees. And when I say copse, I mean like hundreds of trees around this flatland.
Mhm.
It's hard, like, you see trees shifting about and you see something reptilian and almost as tall as those trees is doing something.
How far away does Lorna
About
think it is?
2 miles.
Fuck. My clairvoyance only works for 1 mile. She will swoop back down to the party and say, I think I see something that could potentially be the Hydra out of its lair, but it's 2 miles in that direction. If we get closer, I can use clairvoyance and see for certain if it's the Hydra.
Well, then let's get moving.
This way, she'll fly back up to keep an eye on that rustling vegetation.
Okay. And your party begins to follow you on ground. They do have to cross the river. The river is not a meager thing to cross. It is about, at this point, maybe like 60 feet wide. Anscombe and Lilith are confident to just swim across it. Tier... Hold on. Let me see if Tier has any tricks for this. He'll just swim across it as well. He's very comfortable in the water, obviously. Skolna and Norre. Skolna has the dagger.
If
But-
she throws it across. That's true.
She can just throw across. So Norre is the only one that looks like she might have a trick.
How heavy is Norre?
Let me check her thing. She is 150 pounds.
Could Lorna feasibly fly her across?
What's your strength score? 11? Yes.
11.
You could, but you'd be moving at half speed.
Sure, that's not really a concern. It's faster than having to figure out some other way.
Okay. So yeah, you can fly
She'll
Norre
offer
across.
her back to Norre and fly over.
Norre looks at you and she says, "That saves me a dimension door." And she just
Yeah, and I have Dimension Door too. I don't want to have to waste a fifth level. Fourth?
fifth.
Fifth? Yeah, fuck that. Just get on my back.
Or no, dimension door is a fourth, but it's still an expensive spell.
Still.
Yeah,
exactly.
So let me roll athletics for these guys. You don't have to roll athletics to carry Norre. You have a high enough strength that you can just carry 150 pounds. Okay. All right. Yeah, simple enough. the party manages to cross the river. It is not an aggressive snowmelt river. It is literally like just gathering what rainfall there is and probably being fueled by some underground aquifer at some point. The river is kind of, at this stage, at this time of year, lazily flowing northward. So, your party goes eastward across the river and starts heading east as quick as they can towards this Hydra. Or whatever it actually is.
Something like it.
So, I need you to roll me a D100.
Sir, yes, sir. 21.
Okay. All right. That's the thing, I believe. You guys have been running for about 3 minutes, which you've almost covered a mile.
Mm-hmm.
About 3/4 of a mile, you are basically going full tilt. The whole party is trying to keep up, watching you in the air. You're focusing on this group of trees, and you can see the trees are like getting pushed around. Something big is shifting amongst them. It's not tall enough that you can see it over the treetops. Mm-hmm. So it's not exactly ideal for tracking to see what the hell it is. A moment as you have rolled a thing.
Hooray.
Yep. Let me see here. All right, let me see. Give me a D4, please.
Sir, yes, sir. 4.
A 4. Okay. All right. Lorna, how high up are you flying right now?
50 feet.
50 feet. Roll me a perception check, please.
Okay. Is it advantage?
Yeah.
Ooh. Natural 20. 27.
Oh, you see it far before it gets even close to you.
Hooray.
Massive wings
Ugh.
like, not dragon wings, part and are flying in your direction, and you look to your right and you see above you, but dropping quickly, a rock.
Like, it sees me and wants to eat me?
Yeah, it's flying straight towards you.
Yeah, she's going to the ground.
Okay.
And she yells, "Hit the deck."
Hold
It's
on
a
a minute.
rock.
Let me see here. Okay. What's your flight speed?
I think it's my walk speed. Just double check. Equal to walking speed, yeah, so 30
Okay.
feet. But she'll dash.
That's good.
Dash.
That's good.
Already gets carried away by a rock.
All right. So we're going to use this map for this moment because this is not necessarily ideal, but it is a thing that has happened to you now.
No, getting attacked by a rock is not necessarily ideal.
You guys are running full tilt over an open field. This rock has seen food and it is coming. So we are going to roll initiative before anything else.
Hooray.
Let me go ahead and move you here.
At least I saw it coming, right?
You did see it coming.
It's gonna count for something. Oh, hey, buddy.
Yep.
It's a big bird.
So it has spent its turn flying towards you. And now, as we roll initiative, we will determine if the rock gets to you first, or if you can get back to the party.
Guys. I don't want to use a dimension door on this. Come on.
So you're 20 feet up at the moment.
Uh-huh.
That we're rolling initiative. Let me go ahead and Well, it's a fight.
Nobody used spells on this.
That's a big fucking bird. Okay, you do go before the rock, so you will get back into...
Wow.
Yeah, it rolled a 2. So Nore is going first before anything else. The rock is 100 feet in the air and is coming fast. Seeing this, Nore is going to say, "Gonna try not to use any magic." And she darts up.
Oh, we can ask.
And she's going to, like she said, avoid using magic. She points her wand of the War Mage at the rock, and she says, "Go fuck yourself, you flock of feathers!" And she casts Vicious Mockery. And it's gonna roll a Wisdom save. And it fails.
Wow.
It has disadvantage on its next attack, and it takes 2d4 points of psychic damage. Okay. It takes 6 points of psychic damage. And Nora's going to spend the rest of her turn running to here, and she will bonus action do nothing, because she's trying to preserve everything she's got. Tyr! Tyr is going to run near this tree, and he shouts and says, "Get by a tree so it can't just swoop you." And he's tugging this tree, and he's going to draw his bow. Let's see. Yep. Natural 20.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Good
Maybe
start.
just scare her off.
He does 23 points of damage with his first arrow. And he will loose another one. And hits with a 29.
Oh my god.
And he deals an additional 14 points of piercing damage. He considers bonus... when he ran up, he was considering Hunter's marking it, and he was like,
What?
"Gonna need it." It's now Skolna's turn. Skolna...
She finally has a magic bow.
She does finally have a bow. Skolna darts into this tree, as Tyr has advised. She is going to bonus action hide at the base of the tree. Rolling stealth. You got Skolna a +1, yeah?
It's a +2.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, apologies. I remember nothing, apparently.
Lilith has a +1 now
That's
that she
right.
bought from the fireplace.
Thank you.
And I think Tyr does as well. No, he got the fancy pants lightning
Yep.
storm bow or something.
He just didn't use any of his charges.
Yeah, which is good. We're not here for the big bird.
No. Okay, so she appears with advantage because she managed to hide from the rock. She hits with a 24, rolling damage. And she's going to add sneak attack. She considers invoking her tattoo and does not do so.
Nope. Hydro.
Sneak attack. Damage. Normal. She deals 27 points of damage with that arrow.
Nice.
Lilith's turn. Lilith darts up into the base of this tree as well, following Tyr's order, and is going to pull out her own bow. You think we can scare it off before it gets here?
That's the hope.
She fires her longbow at it. She does not get advantage. but she does hit with a 21.
Woo! Go team. Just barrage it.
Just a hail of arrows.
Fuck you, turkey.
She hits it with a 19. Dude, everyone's going to hit. Okay.
Good. Don't worry, I'm sure I'll break that.
Probably. Okay, she deals 14 points of damage. She's going to fire again. She misses that shot.
Heck.
She will action surge and fire again.
She'll get it back.
She hits.
Nice.
Dealing 13 points of damage.
One more.
And then she will loose the last arrow that she's got in her. She hits.
Yes.
And deals 14 points of damage.
This bird didn't know what it was fucking with.
Lorna, it's now your turn.
Hi. She is going to finish her fleeing and try to get down and over to the tree. Tier is ducked.
You have the movement. Yeah, go ahead.
She's gonna do that.
Nice to see you again.
Yes. And she is going to sorcerously burst. It has 120-foot range. So why is that only a +9 when I have a +12 on an ice knife?
Is Sorcerer's Burst coming from something?
It's a pact. Oh, it's a pact boon.
It's coming from charisma.
And, yeah, but I have a 20 charisma and a 20 intelligence.
Yeah,
so
but
it
it's
shouldn't be different.
your bonus is coming from the book, which gives you your wizard spells. And this is not a wizard spell.
Oh. That's dumb. Okay. Sorcerer's Burst. And it will be
it's still a
lightning
good
damage.
to hit. It's
Yeah. It's just not as good.
It's true.
17?
That hits.
Okay. Damage. I rolled an 8, so it got to roll again.
Oh,
yes!
It exploded. Okay. So 20 damage.
Yeah!
What does it look like when your fucking Sorcerer's Burst explodes?
It's just... It's like... Her Sorcerer's Burst is like a little bead. It's a la Saccharin, really. And then when it hits, it just kind of like detonates into a much larger... And it's lightning, so it's like an electrical discharge, basically.
Okay. So, like, this little bolt just flies up and smacks into the rock's chest and then just, like, bursts into a much larger ball of lightning. Okay. That's a new one.
Yeah. Not really something I've had a chance to use yet.
Well, time to break out all the
worked.
stops.
And it didn't cost any resources.
That's the best news we've had all day. It's been a short day.
Am I on the ground now?
If you'd like to be, yeah.
Yes. She just doesn't want to be more grabbable than anyone else right now.
Okay. The rock has 120 feet of flight per round.
Does it still want to grab, though, after all of that?
It's just reached half health, basically. I'm gonna roll.
In one turn?
I'm gonna roll. It's pretty brave. It's pretty hungry, it seems. So it soars down, and the nearest target is Lilith.
No!
It's going to multi-attack as it gets down to Lilith's height.
Fuck her.
It has a reach of 10, so it's going to get to 10 feet high. And as it does, it's going to beak and talon Lilith.
That's so goddamn rude.
An 18 to hit on the first attack.
Does that hit?
That misses Lilith.
Oh, thank God.
Now for the talons. Each of these is going to be a grapple attempt. That hits for 31. Lilith takes 23 points of damage.
Oh, ouch.
And it's going to be an athletics contest. Lilith will use acrobatics. Lilith rolled a natural 20. It doesn't even come
Fuck
close.
yeah.
Okay. The rock is then going to try and attack again with its other talons. And hits with a 25.
Silvery barbs.
Oh, okay.
Advantage to Lilith.
All right. Attacks again. It's 22. So it still hits.
It still hits, but she has advantage on her acrobatics.
Yep. Okay. So here comes the new damage. 26 points of damage to Lilith.
Oh my god.
As these claws are raking into her, trying to grab her, basically. She's got the contest. She has advantage. That's great. That went from a 4 to a 19. So Lilith is not grabbed the second time. As these claws are, like, raking up her armor, catching on her, like, shoulder and neck. She's like, "You guys fucking hurts! Help, please!"
Working on it.
The rock will finish its movement on its flyby. Here.
Does Skolna get a stab?
No.
Oh,
This movement does not
it hasn't
provoke.
left it yet.
Oh, this movement does not provoke. It's actually 25 feet out.
Well, fuck.
As the rock is just above, Anscombe, like,
Get it, Anscombe.
runs up, and he, like, looks up at it. "I can't fly!
We should work on that.
I have another idea. I know you said no spells." And then Anscombe immediately misty steps onto its back.
Oh, please, Anscombe, don't get carried away. Literally.
He's on its back. That was his bonus action. And he's going to start stabbing it with this Frostbrand rapier.
We're gonna have chicken for dinner.
Let's see. That hits. Anscombe using the rapier, he is wielding it like a fencer would, but it is clear it is with brutal strength that he is thrusting it and not dexterity. He hits with a 23, dealing... you can't roll ones, Anscombe.
Get it together, Anscombe.
Dealing 16 points of damage.
Nice.
And will thrust again. Just stabbing the shit out of a rock. He hits again.
Yes.
Dealing 12 points of damage. He will also action surge.
Yes. This thing is gonna regret it.
Okay, that attack hits. Dealing 11 points. Nope, you can't roll a 1, Anscombe. Stop it. There we go. Dealing 12 points of damage. And then he's going to attack the last time. That's a natural 1. Okay. So he hits it 3 times, and this rock is screeching as it's getting ready to fly away or fly up. And Anscombe, like, sees the angle that it's flying up, and he just, like, looks down and he says, "Okay, I'm not suicidal," and he, like, just steps off the side of the rock. And he's gonna let himself fall 30 feet, which happens the instant his turn ends. And he's going to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, he's not good at those.
He is not good at those, but he rolled a 15, so he doesn't actually fall prone, but he does take some damage.
Twists his ankle.
Yeah. Takes 3d10. Okay, he takes 6, 15, 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh my god, 3D. Jeez. Good roll on damage.
And that's... Now it's Nore's turn.
Get the chicken.
Nore just looks up at the bird that now is looking horrible. And Nore says, "That's what I thought, you filthy flock of feathers. Get fucked!" And she just vicious mockeries it again. And it will roll a wisdom save. It succeeds. It meets the DC.
Oh.
So It's now Tier's turn. Tier will just loose a couple of arrows into it. He's not going to use any charges or anything. This rock is looking real fucked. That hits. And the second arrow also hits. Jesus Christ. Okay. So now Skolna's turn. She is going to retreat underneath this tree. And she's going to hide. Okay. She will emerge on the far side of the tree and loose an arrow at it at advantage. Okay, that hits. Another sneak attack. Plus a bunch. Okay. I'm just going to roll all these d6s on that.
Yeah.
Jeez. So that's 6 plus... 6 plus 5 is 11, plus 2 is 13, plus 18, 20, 26, 30, 33 points of damage.
Oh, Skolna.
This arrow, like, sinks into the base of the rock's neck, and it is just screeching. It's now Lilith's turn.
Take your revenge, Lilith.
Yeah, she's like, that's what you get, you fuck! What she said! And she's gonna start shooting arrows at it. I can use her... okay. First attack hits. Deals 11 points of damage. Second attack hits. Deals 13 points of damage. And don't come back! As the bird's, like, clearly trying to fly away now. Lorna, you're up.
I don't think it'll escape. She'll sorcerously burst again.
Go ahead. Roll
Lightning
your
as
spell
well. No, heck. 12.
attack. That misses.
Sure does.
Yeah.
Well, that's my turn.
It had 9 hit points. It flies away.
No!
It has 120 feet of flight, and it has an action dash. The rock
Well, it learned a lesson, I
gets
think.
the fuck out of there. Yeah. It flies 240 feet this round. Just blood
Fuck.
dripping out of it all on the ground, and is gone.
Maybe it will tell its bird friends not to fuck with us.
Yeah, maybe. As the rock is absolutely decimated in that fight. The whole
And
party,
Lilith,
like,
too.
yeah, the whole party kind of
Lilith,
groups around
Are
and
you
Lilith,
okay?
that hurt. I need a breather.
Yeah, let's take a minute.
She's gonna second wind.
I wish we had bought healing potions, but I didn't really have any more money. Excuse me.
It's all good. I just need to catch my breath, recover for a moment. She's gonna second wind, use ability, healing, and she recovers. Oh, she recovers 16 hit points to herself. And then you
She's
all
a whole
can,
bunch more, though.
She's gonna short rest with the heroic recovery. She gets it back with 3 hit dice. And, like, after a moment, she basically, like, puts some, like, just generic ointment over the huge talon marks
Bird
running up her
claws.
arm and neck. And she's bandaged, but right as rain. Okay. Anybody else get fucked? No, just
No,
me.
just
Okay.
you. Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't have been able to withstand that.
I know. All right.
Before we lose that thing that we were tracking, we should get going.
Yeah, we need to get moving quick.
Lorna will hop back up into the air and try to pinpoint.
You see,
the
like,
thing she'd been-
the direction the rock is leaving, just bird ass is gone, basically. It is not fucking around with you guys again. It almost died in one round. Or 2 rounds. Okay.
Would have
so-
if I'd gotten my hands on it.
If you had hit it, it was dead, unfortunately. That's
Yeah.
how it goes. All right, so you fly up, and the party
Mhm.
resumes its trek.
As soon as she's within 1 mile of it, she's going to cast clairvoyance to see if she can make heads or tails of what they're looking at.
Okay. So first and foremost, roll me another perception check before you get to that.
Advantage because I'm up. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, 213, so dirty 20.
Okay, a dirty 20. You identify the same like cluster of trees, like the small woods in that direction in this wetland that you're heading towards. You see still trees are moving. The fight that you just had was brief enough and quiet enough that nothing was alerted to what just happened.
Woo!
And your party continues following you. I'm going to roll. Okay. For the next, like, maybe 3 minutes of just running and flying, your party doesn't encounter anything that wishes to cross you or is aware of you. As you are flying, you get to the range where you're pretty confident clairvoyance could reach.
Okay. She will. Oh no. It takes a minute to cast. Oh, concentration up to 10 minutes. Oh, nope. Casting time is 10 minutes as well. All right. Well, she'll do that.
Oh, okay. So do you land and tell your party that's what you're doing?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you stop. You basically you halt the hunt to check and make sure it's the Hydra.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, everyone's like, okay, sure, fine, and they just
Mm-hmm.
everyone like catches their breath, takes a minute, recovers, drinks water, and you focus on casting clairvoyance. Now, this is the first time you've ever cast the spell.
True.
What does it look like for you?
Well, it
Isn't it
takes.
annoying that I keep asking you for your flavor?
Yes. Well, it takes 10 minutes, so it's not a ritual, but I imagine the process of it looks a lot like a ritual in that she has to like, make the glyphs and do certain gestures and verbal elements to this. But when the eyeball appears, because she's choosing sight over hearing,
Mm-hmm.
it's a little gold shimmering ball that she kind of like puts it in her hand and she winds up and she throws it and it just kind of like sails in the direction that she wants it to go in.
Okay. So part of the ritual is it literally flying to the point that you're trying to get it to.
Hmm.
Okay. When it so your vision is like blurred until it gets to the point that you've allocated, and as it flies about a mile ahead into that group of trees, you see the clairvoyance like looking through the various different types of trees in this dense little wood, and the target that you're looking for, this massive reptilian creature, your clairvoyance eye pushes through a canopy, and you're looking down at this.
That looks like a hydra.
It is in the process,
Oh man.
it's enormous mouths. Each of them are whittling and tearing away at what looks like a destroyed or dead chimera on the ground.
Hmm. How far has it gotten in this eating process? Like, does Lorna think it'll hang around for a little bit longer to finish this thing off?
Um, roll a survival.
Okay. Terrible. 6. Not sure.
There's a lot of meat on the chimera.
Okay, so she imagines, and it was there in the time it took them to get that mile, and for the 10 minutes to cast it. So she'll probably imagine that it's going to be there for a little bit
So,
longer.
like, since you saw it, it's been about 13, 14 minutes.
How many heads does it have?
You give it a quick count. You see 5.
Okay. What does the ground around it look like? Is it marshy? Is it wet? Is it dry?
It is lots of like rich soil, that has clearly been torn up by this creature's passing. It doesn't look like swamp, but it does look muddy.
Okay, and according to Lorna's notes, I'm just double checking. If the head falls in water or damp terrain, would Lorna classify this as damp terrain?
There are spots that it would qualify.
So potentially, if a head fell in like a puddle of muck, that would count. But
That would
like,
probably count.
there is a potential that the area around it is dry enough that that wouldn't be a problem if they
Correct.
were.
You suspect it'll be like a roll if that happens. It's not a guarantee.
And can Lorna deduce, does this thing look like it hangs around this area often, or was it hunting and did it catch something, or is this its lair?
You're confident this is not its lair. This is open wood. You can deduce that it, like, based on the surroundings, it was hunting and it caught this. Based on the amount of blood that is still spilling out of the thing, you imagine it just caught it.
Excellent. Okay, so she can hold on to this for 10 minutes. It doesn't say she can't hear her party or communicate with them.
Okay.
So she will, as she was looking at this, she was relaying information like, yes, it's the Hydra. It has 5 heads. It's not in its lair. It's busy right now. We could catch it here and now.
As you're saying that, you hear Tyr say, "All right, sounds like a plan. Anscombe, pick up our glorious leader. We are going to run." And
yeah, Lorna was going to say, that'd be great because she wants to keep an eye on it for the 10 minutes.
Yeah, you feel yourself lifted into a carry, and the party begins to move.
She keeps an eye on it for 10 minutes.
It is eating, and it seems to be taking its time. It seems completely unafraid. You get the sense that this is like the apex predator of the area.
Yeah, it's been the big dog for a minute.
Yeah. And as your party is making your way towards this Hydra, and I'm going to ask you for one more D100.
Okay. 66.
Okay. Your party has no more combat encounters, and so your party is going to get to the point where they are approaching this Hydra, and we are going to handle the encounter with the Hydra next session.
Understood.
Well done. That was some good decision making.
Yay, I love it when the DM tells me that.
Planning it out with your party was the right call, and you've done good research. You're going to try and ambush a Hydra, which is probably the best way to handle the situation, so...
I'm so glad it's not in its fucking lair.
That's the dice say. The dice tell the story.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as we come to the end of the session, I want to thank you for playing with me. I hope you had a good time. To those of you who are at home or at work watching, hi Pen, hi class, hi Emily, hi everybody else. We love you all, and I wish you a good night.